Hey guys, welcome back to Get Into It with Jason Hook, with your host, me, Jason Hook. And today, I'm back. I've been away for a little bit, been busy. We're going to get into shit I bought in Philadelphia, and that this is hardcore. So to start off, what we're listening to, the brandy new Shipwrecked, We Are the Sword. This came out in this past year. This is the American pressing on Foreign Legion Records, white vinyl. I think there's 300 of them. Some of that nerd level. Klaus, hit me up, or any of the dudes. Spacing out. Norwegian hardcore, man. Norway, just fucking hard-hitting shit. Great fucking dudes. Legit hardcore for legit fucking hardcore fans. They played This Is Hardcore. They were fucking awesome. So, you got the insert here. Forest. On this side, you got the lyrics. It's only 6 songs total, so it's more like an EP, LP. But as you know, I know the singer Klaus, and I met the Klaus. I'm gonna say your fucking name wrong. I think it's Massachusetts accent. I met the other dudes in Philly. It was a great time. It was great hanging out. This is a great fucking record. It's heavier than the, a little bit dirtier than the first one, but still fucking heavy. It's fucking dark. I don't know if you can make it out, but this finger here. Check it out. I made it, man. Jason Hook. Thanks for putting me on a thank you list. It's been a very long time, but you guys need to check this out. Born Pissed had some. They're gone. Order it from the UK or order it from overseas or wherever. Here's the back. The regular version has a different cover. It's not gold like this. But this is Shipwrecked. We have the sword. Great fucking shit. What's up, guys? Next. I bought these from a distro that was there. First one we have here is Haymaker. Taxed, Tracked, Inoculated, and Enslaved. It's their second LP. I believe this came out 2016. This is on gold vinyl. It's 400 on gold. These guys are out of Ontario, Canada. Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. This is a split release between A389 recordings and Regurgitated Semen recordings. If you guys don't know about Haymaker, they're a little legendary for their shows. Usually not even getting past a couple songs before they shut down. Fast hardcore, very straightforward hardcore. Gold. It's a really nice gold too. Definitely anti-PC, definitely stirring the pot. Here's the insert here. On the other side here, it's just the rest of the lyrics. Dedicated to hardcore. There's also something here that says, "Fight the system, fuck the world. Political correctness is disease, don't buy the lie." There's some interesting stuff on here. There's like an anti-global warming song, how global warming's not real. How global warming's not real. There's some other stuff on here too. The cancel will defeat scumbags decline, trying to take the best of us. Low lives are clinging, slowly draining the rest of us. Send in the drones to make life a misery. An endless mirage as far as the eye can see. Are you strong enough to see through their shit? The powers that be want to see that we fucking fail. They want us to think we are useless, weak, and frail. But we can destroy everything they try to build. And they'll do all they can to make sure we no longer stand. And they'll give everything they got to make sure we can be stopped. Are you strong enough to see through their shit? Are you smart enough to deal with it? Are they the cancer you'll defeat? Just stuff of that nature. Great shit. I'm surprised I didn't own a copy of this. I slept on getting a copy of it because it's 2 years old now. But I forgot the name of the distro. I know I'm following him on Instagram now. I'm going to plug him below. I'm sorry, dude, but he had this. This was great. This is Haymaker. taxed, tracked, inoculated, and enslaved. Back here. So you get it's a 20-song LP. Maker. Next, yeah, this is kind of interesting. This is a Carpenter Ant record. Carpenter Ant, this is actually Get Over It. This came out in 2006. They're from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. This is out of 100. This is from the Pointless Fest. You see it's number 39 out of 100. It says canceled. Pointless Fest was a hardcore punk, a little bit crust fest that they used to have in Pennsylvania. That was a couple days long, and I guess 1 year, I forget what year, it might have been 06. Something happened on the first night where a bunch of people got in a fight with the cops. The cops showed up to the venue and they shut the whole thing down. So they were supposed to play. They made these for it. I actually looked it up. This hadn't come out yet at the time. So this was like a pre, you know, this will be out late. Like they kind of made them rush these so they could have something. There's no labels. They just stamped the song titles on the dust sleeve here. But it's fast, thrashy hardcore, reminiscent of the early mid-2Ks that was really popular at the time. Number 39 out of 100. Now the interesting thing about this band is this dude's from the band Rambo and Piss Jeans. Rambo, I think, they might have existed at the time, but there was kind of side projects. But this was the project they were doing. So this is Carpenter Ant. Get Over It. Number 200, Pointless Fest, canceled, never happened. They never played. I got a bunch of shit today, guys, so let me flip the record. Alright, the next thing I have here is this not 7 inches, this LP by this band called Line of Sight. I actually grabbed this from the Youngblood Records table. I have a bunch of Youngblood stuff. I'm going to do some of it later at the end of this. I'm going to have to do the rest of this stuff that I got in Philly in another video. I don't have enough time. But this is on Refuse Records, which I believe is out of the UK. What this actually is, this is the first 7-inch in the demo. It's a high gloss sleeve, too. It's weird. This reminds me of like True Life on MTV. Anyways, these guys are out of DC. It's just black vinyl. It's like that's backwards. So this band is a members of band. There's tons. Like the dudes in this band are in tons of other bands that don't necessarily sound like this. This is a very, I don't mean this in a harsh way, but it's a very straightforward youth crew hardcore band, which I dig. I'm always down with the crew, always have been. But it's a project of dudes and other bands, which you can look up to think of popular 2018 DC area bands doing like a youth crew hardcore, and it's really cool. It's really great stuff. Like I said, this is the 7-inch and the demo. The 7-inch came out on Youngblood, and the demo was self-released. But Refuse, I believe, is out of the UK, so this must just be like maybe a tour pressing, something they did, or just put them together like a little mini discography. That's Line of Sight. Check this out if you got youth crew hardcore. Next I have this. I actually was psyched when I saw this because this has slipped in and out of my hands. This is a Cro-Mags live record. It's a clear bootleg. In Wellington, Winnipeg, July 26, 1986. Limited edition of 300, second pressing. So you pull this out, it's just black vinyl. It's got no label. And this, if you can't tell, this is just literally, it's not even taped on. It's just an extra, like, it's a piece of cardboard just bent over. So what you get here is you got the Cro-Mags, you know, in their prime. The funny thing is they play Age of Quarrel in order. I don't know if it had to be like that at the show, because they didn't cut everything out, but you get the, you know, some stage banter telling the crowd to move forward and not be afraid and all this other stuff. And then Crush the Denominac, I always say it wrong, which was on the record after Age of Quarrel, which they played for a long time before they recorded it. It's actually a pretty decent recording for a live recording. It's not bad. Like I said, you get stage banter. It sounds like the crowd wasn't into it at the time. I've seen this come and go, and I was psyched to grab it out of a random distro in Philly. But that's the Cro-Mags. It's live in Winnipeg in 1986. 16 songs, 16 bangers. Next I have something I should have bought a while ago. Sorry, Chris. You actually busted my balls about this. But this is the brand new Slapshot record, Make America Hate Again, which came out a couple months ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, if I remember correctly. I didn't pre-order it because I ran out of money. But I knew I was going to be able to grab it. I was actually waiting for them to do a Boston release show, hoping I'd get a cool like version of it or something. But I did grab this from the Bridge 9 table. This is on gray vinyl. This is actually the second pressing on gray. The center labels here. And on the insert, you just got basic insert. You just got lyrics. No thank you list. Typical Slapshot. This is a really fucking great record. I don't want to say they got out of the sound, but it kind of harks back to like Back on the Map-ish, just very basic in a good way. And when I say basic, I don't mean bad. It's very just trudging forward, angry, fucking choke sounds, angry as fucking ever on this, which is awesome. I've always been a Slapshot fan. I've always backed Bridge 9. So this is Slapshot, Make America Hate Again. Definitely check it out. It's real fucking good. If you've kind of fallen off the Slapshot wagon, you get right back on with this one because this is a fucking great record. And they're playing with Fear next month in Boston, which would be awesome. Cambridge, I'm sorry. Next, I went to a store called Vinyl Altar, which was like kind of it was a metal store. They had a lot of metal. The store was very clean. Everything was painted black, and half the store was like kind of tabletop game stuff, which is it was a fucking great spot. It was one of the nicer record stores I've been in. But I finally grabbed one of these Iron Reagan Gate Creeper split LPs. This was a thing. This was another case of me just being lazy, where I wanted it, and I just never, like, I just fucking didn't get it. And then I saw it there, and figured, I'll grab it. So here's the cover. This is a kind of like an unfinished paper. It's nice. There's no gloss or anything on it. So on here you get five songs from Iron Reagan and 3 from Gate Creeper if you count the intro. So it's like 2 in an intro. If you guys don't know, Iron Reagan is the singer of Municipal Waste. It's like this kind of side project he does, or his other band that he's doing. And now here you just get all the lyrics. A little less I mean, it's thrash. It's metal thrash. A little less. I think it's a little more serious than. I don't want to say that Municipal Waste isn't serious, but it's a little more straightforward. You know, than Municipal Waste is. I was a late bloomer on this band. I don't know what it was. It just kind of slid under the radar for me. Again, like I was saying, it's just fucking laziness. I have a problem with laziness. Sometimes I just don't buy shit I should. Gate Creeper is a little bit more heavy, like really like low tone heavy with more of a guttural vocal. That's cool shit. This is the first Gate Creeper stuff I've heard too. So I was real psyched, you know, to check them out, because I know that I've seen my friends talk about them, I've seen the shirts and I've seen the records, but it was cool to finally hear Gate Creeper. But this is on Relapse, so you can find this anywhere. I didn't want to pass it up, so that's a Gate Creeper Iron Reagan split LP. I believe it came out a couple months ago, maybe April, I think. I could be wrong. Usually I write it down, but I forgot. And like Iron Reagan's out of Richmond, Virginia, and Gate Creeper's out of Phoenix, Tucson. I keep on want to call them Gate Crasher because there's a hardcore band called Gate Crashers, which was awesome, and I can't get it out of my head, but it's Gate Creeper. All right. Next from the same store, I grabbed one of these, which I was fucking stoked when I saw. This is Tankard Zombie Attack. This is a repress from this past year. These guys are out of, or the past year or so. These guys are out of Germany, formed in 1982. This came out in 1986. This is just straight bonzo thrash. Side A Zombie Attack. Before you get a little voiceover of someone watching a movie, and it's like super heavy German accent, like, oh, what a boring video. And then you hear footsteps, and he's like, what is that? And you hear like, you know, beer sound crack, and then you hear a zombie sound and screaming. It's fucking, and then it just goes right into like riffs. I've never owned an original of this. I've never seen an original copy of this. I know they exist. I just haven't seen one. But the only bummer thing about this is there's no lyrics, so it looks like they kind of redid an insert. So you just got some photos and flyers here. Yeah, it's just photos and flyers, a little review. Tankard Zombie Attack. Forget all these third-rate New Yarn hardcore bands such as Agnostic Front, the Crumbsuckers, and the Cro-Mags, because Germany's very own Tankard have arrived. Fuck, these guys are funny. Just listen to him sing a song about an empty tankard screaming, "We need another beer!" Follow that with Thrash Till Death, and borrow a line or two from Metallica repertoire. I quote, "Bang your head against the stage like you never did before. Bang, bang, bang. Thrash till death." Other hilarities include Poison, Maniac Voices, and another song about booze and called Alcohol. No, not the cover of the Y&T tune. Yes, folks, Gear, Frank, Axel, Oliver, and Andy have come up with the absolute screamer of an album. If your likes your thrash fast, silly, rude, loud, funny, aggressive, and played in the hardcore style, then this album's for you. Now, will you excuse me as my tankard's empty? I'm sorry I read that right. It's like a bunch of K's where they shouldn't be. F's where T's are supposed to be. And then back here, it's got a little thing, a little story about the band, and then it's got the songs and the singer talking about what each song's about and how I was recording it. And then it's cool. It's kind of like clear with blood splatter. So I saw this and I immediately yanked it. They had a bunch of other Tankard records. Noise must have done a repress of their whole catalog. They have a lot of records out. But this was the one I used to have this on cassette, and I kept it in my car, and then someone stole it. Well, someone stole, I had like a little box of cassettes, and I came out to work one day and it was gone, and it had like this original, I had an original one of these on cassette, and then it had a bunch of punk and hardcore demos, and I was fucking pissed. I never found out who stole it, but I have an idea who it was, but it's been a long time, so statute of limitations. But I'm actually going to throw this on, so I'll keep talking while I pull the Shipwrecked record off, just so you guys can check it out. White vinyl. Then I'm going to throw this bad Larry on. But yeah, it's just kind of like gonzo party thrash is the best way to describe it. I mean, it's talented. They were like 19 or 20, I believe, when this came out. But it's just straightforward kind of, every song's about drinking beers and girls and monsters and stuff like that. But make sure it's not too loud. Alright, so it's got a little word intro. Let's actually grab one of these the other day too, in Armageddon, one of the best record stores in the country. One in Rhode Island, one in Providence, one in Boston, so check them out if you're around. Next I have this 21st anniversary Harvest record for Living with a God Complex. This is numbered out of 300, I got number 193. It's on Hardcore Matinee Records, which I believe might be one of the guys in the band, or it's the only release that's listed on this label. So they did this as a cool 21-year anniversary. They did a little cool gatefold. And it comes on like in orange vinyl. And then another thing about this, if you guys watch my videos and you've seen it also has a download code, but if you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know I'm a huge sucker for this kind of stuff. It comes with this giant booklet that has lyrics overlaid with live shots that are cool. So I'm not going to show everything because I want you guys to order this. I'm going to throw a link up for it. And then it's got live shots with their friends talking about what the band meant for them, telling stories about tours. You know, but it's a cool, like, I don't know, 20-something page booklet. That's kind of huge. It's real well put together. It's real nice. So Harvest was a band from Minneapolis, that was you know, a 90s hardcore band. So they had that little chug, they had that 90s kind of metal crunch chug. But I love this band. They played This Is Hardcore. I thought I would never see them, because when I first started getting into hardcore enough where I could run you know, actually see shows, these guys were just kind of tailing off from being active. So I thought I would never see them. They were fucking awesome. They had this, which was even better. I took a bunch of photos that looked like shit on my phone. I bought a shirt. But they also screen printed too. But this is Harvest, Living with a God Complex. Definitely, if you're into the mid '90s, I don't want to use the word metalcore because it's just low hanging fruit. But if you're into mid '90s hardcore with a little bit of crunch and chug, a metal thing, screams with a scream vocal, you have to check these guys out. I'm hoping that they can be, the reaction they got was huge. So I'm hoping they. I don't want to, I don't know if they're going to record anything new, but I'm hoping I get a chance to see them again. But that's Harvest, Living with a God Complex, and I'm at 300 on Hardcore Matinee. Nice guys, too. Next, I have this 10-inch, which was given to me. I was hanging out, it's this band called Social Decay, Sick Society. I was hanging out at a table with these guys, we were just shooting the shit. It's on To The Point Records. I honestly hadn't heard this. So what you get in here is just a long thank you list, and then you get lyrics. There's not much more on this. So I did a little bit of research, and this was actually a hardcore band from New Jersey, which was around in the early 80s. They put out a demo, maybe one official release. It's just black vinyl, so you just get Social Decay hardcore on both sides. And then they decided to reform, I believe, this came out in 2015. It's a 10-inch, you can't tell. And it's 9 old songs and a couple covers and some new ones that they just re-recorded. It's really fucking cool. It's got a little bit of a metal tinge to it, but like a crossover tinge. Some blast beats, almost some old borderline power violence-y type stuff on here. It's really cool. I don't think this has really got a lot of buzz about it, but these guys who ran the label, cool, they gave this to me because I was just talking to them about music. So it's called Social Decay, Sick Society. Definitely check it out. I'm going to leave a link below so you can hear it, but if you order it from these guys, give them some money. What's up, dudes? I have an embarrassing record here, so I'm going to do that, save that LP for last. So I didn't buy this at This Is Hardcore, but these guys played, and I pre-ordered this, and this was available, so I figured I could throw it in this one. This is a Shark Attack, early 2000s hardcore band, very old school, straightforward hardcore. Definitely Tang Records, just fast, fucking Exclaim-esque hardcore. Out of New Jersey / Philadelphia, if I'm right, or Philly, Jersey area. They only had 9 or 10 songs, so this covers on this. And this is the Blood in the Water version. So I got this in the mail a couple days after I got back from Philly. This song's 6 Feet Under Records. They did a cool job on the front. It's actually embossed. The shark attacks embossed here, and the blood spatters embossed. So it's got lyrics, and then you just got a thing on the flyers in here, a live shot. This show right here I've talked about. That was in Boston. That show was fucking crazy. That was my senior year of high school. February of my senior year of high school. And I was in Middle East Upstairs. And if any of you guys know, it's small. It's real small. And they came out and started playing, and dudes in varsity jackets appeared and were diving everywhere. It's almost like a legendary Boston hardcore show for my age group. You had to be, if you weren't there, you weren't cool, man. Not now, never were. It comes with a download code. I'm just going to take this off of the back. Back here, you got a live shot with the songs on it. 6 Feet Under logo. Guys, definitely check this out if you've never heard this band. If you like the 80s hardcore sound, it's a no-brainer. You will fucking love this. I'll let you figure out what the covers are on your own. That's your homework. But this just came out this past week, so order from 6 Feet Under, buy it at a store. Just definitely grab one. That's Shark Attack, the discography. Alright, this one here, now I'm going to get shit for this from people, I know I am. But this band's called Against All Authority, Destroy What Destroys You. This is a ska punk band from the mid-90s I was heavily into towards the end of middle school. Very political, very political. I never saw one of these LPs on vinyl. I knew they existed, I've never seen one. So I found it in a record store, and it's on Far Out, which I think only put out a handful of stuff. These guys are out of Florida. This was one of my favorite fucking bands. Definitely ska punk. The name of the record is Destroy What Destroys You. It's black vinyl. It comes with a little lyric insert. That's just got all the lyrics. They're all handwritten out. And on the back, it's just an ad for Far Out. Let's see what else Far Out's putting out here. Hudson, Bingo Mutt, the Less Than Jake record. The Crumbs, More Against All Authority. The Belltones, More Against All Authority. These guys did a ton of split 7-inches. And the thing about this band, too, is known for is the last song on is a cover of Centerfold by the Jay Giles Band. But if this is ska punk, heavily politicized, though. Very political. Anti-government, anti-corporation stuff. But they actually got sued by AAA for that logo. But this is a band I can talk about for a long time, so I'll leave you alone. But if you like ska punk, not the corny shit, like not the super off-the-wall radio stuff, just scream, like punk vocal with some horns and fast music, you'll love this band. I know people are going to bust my balls. I don't care. Fuck you. I love this band. They rule. Next, I just got a little small stack of 7-inches here. The first one I want to talk about is these guys right here. Raw Brigade. Kicking Your Face EP. These guys are from Bogota, Colombia. This is actually numbered out of 50. There's a regular version that's... Let me grab it. I grabbed a couple regular versions to give for friends. Mercenary. This is a regular version. And this is like the special version they made. You know, it's a hardcore band. That's what they do. So these guys out of Bogota, Colombia. If you read this record was self-released by members of Raw Brigade. They did this all themselves. And it, so here you got a lyric. You got lyrics. Raw Brigade would like to thank our friends and family for being there throughout, no matter what. Shout out to the Colombian hardcore punk scene, the Bogota straight edge crew, and the Fanaticos de la X. Also thanks to our brothers and sisters from the bands Revival, Moro, Odd Man Out, and everyone else who helped us along the way. You know who you are. And then it comes with this poster, too. Now these guys are fucking sick. They were so good. This one's on clear, the other one's on black. It's got a crowd shot. These guys are fucking awesome. This is what hardcore is all about. The sound, the spirit, the whole band going bonkers when they play. They definitely hark back to like a late 80s kind of New York style vibe, but they're not totally biting that style. It's got the little bit of the vibe, but it's original, and it's fucking awesome, and it's highly, out of every band besides Shipwrecked and Shark Attack, these guys were, I was listening to the Bandcamp before I went, and I was excited to see them, and like, I just want to say they met every expectation I had, and they're fucking really awesome guys. They end up coming playing Boston a week later, and which was last Friday, a week ago, and I hung with them for a bit and got to know them. And I got to know them in Philly because they played with Shipwrecked at one of the after shows. But these are just legit dudes. They actually sold out every single copy they brought with them is gone. So I don't know, if you see one of these, grab it. Because the band has none. They sold every single one while they were in the States. If you see one of these, grab it because it's out of 50, the red cover with clear vinyl. All their shirts sold. They sold every single thing they brought. It was well deserved. This is great hardcore, great dudes. I cannot recommend this enough. I cannot back this enough. This is fucking just, it's what it should be. It's what hardcore is and what hardcore should be. So enough Raw Brigade. No joke. Next I have this Flexi by this band called Dare I bought from Reaper. Orange County straight edge, from Fullerton. Very simple packaging. Yep. Orange Flex. I guess it's only 100 on orange. I'll kind of go a little bit fast so I can get everything in. Simple layout. Comes with download code. Got this cool sticker that's got like still the perforated edges where they ripped it off of the big, you know, thing of them. And then an ad for the 7-inch and something else on Reaper. These guys play like a it's like a Youth Crew style musically, but the vocals are definitely a little more like rougher than Youth Crew. This breakdowns and gang vocals, Orange County, very straight edge. I was gonna order this, and then when I saw it, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna buy it and take it home." This is another great band. I want to see them come out to the East Coast if they have. But I'll fucking mosh for you guys. You can't lose with the Mace, anyways. Next, I have this Blacklisted 7-inch, which is 2 songs: "Slow Moments" and "I Should Have Been a Murderer." Very simple packaging on this. Another 6 Feet Under record. I believe this is green or yellow. I don't know what you want to call it. I Must Quit the Scene, Ben Franklin, a letter to George Washington, March 5th, 1780. So, a lot of people, this might be their last release. I've heard through the grapevine this is their last release. But it's 2 songs, and the ilk of what Blacklisted does. Hardcore, but a little kind of grunge mixed in, kind of like Distort. Vocal delivery is a little different, kind of sing, but like a gruff singing. Great shit. Great stuff. I was so stoked when I saw this. Again, another thing I didn't have to order. But that's Blacklisted. It's just a 2-song banger. Slow Moments, and that should have been a murderer. I believe this was also dropped with no fanfare. It just appeared in distros. Like, I don't think there was a build-up to it. I could be wrong. And the last thing I want to do is Disengage 7-inch. This is numbered 45 out of 120. This is a straight-edge hardcore band from Pennsylvania. Featuring members of a really well-known band that doesn't sound like straight-edge hardcore. So yeah, I'll leave that for you to look up. But this is on Youngblood, just black vinyl, youth crew hardcore, songs about being straight-edge. It's really fucking cool. I was psyched that I was able to grab a copy of this. Youngblood rules for. I remember Youngblood's been around for a long time, but it's Disengage. I guess this is extra covers they had. So that's all I got for now. I'm definitely gonna have to do another video with the rest of my stuff. Usual shout outs, Boston Hassle. You guys rule. They post my videos. Dan's a great guy. They back a flea market. So what's up? Adventures in Poor Taste Wrestling Podcast. My friends Pat, Mike, and JJ do that. I'm supposed to be on next week, maybe. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the recording. But definitely go check that out. I'll leave a link. Born Pissed, Andy Fletcher does art. He had some of those Shipwrecked LPs. They're gone. I'm sorry, guys. They sold out before I could make the video. But check him out anyways and buy a Bird and 7-inch and buy some of his art 'cause it's fucking sick. And then I also I do a Facebook group for this channel for record collecting. So I'll leave a link for that. Just get into it on Facebook. So join that if you want to post, gits or just talk about records or anything like that. But that's all I got. Thrash hard, hardcore rules. This record rules. Buy it. Get into it. Get down.